Stampers, this is Dawn from DawnStampingThoughts.net, and this is the card I posted to my blog a few weeks ago, and I had so many compliments on it, I thought I would do a video on it. So we're going to make a Christmas card using the same idea. This technique's called spotlighting. So I'm going to make a Christmas card with you today. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're using the Very Vanilla cardstock, and this is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Going to make your base card. Then the Early Espresso, this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then another piece of Very Vanilla, and this is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. And we're also going to be using the Ornamental Pine stamp set. Same as the card we made yesterday, same stamp set, and actually the same color ink pads. Early Espresso and Always Artichoke. So first we're going to go ahead and stamp. This time I'm going to stamp first the greeting, Christmas wishes, along the very bottom of the Whisper White. This is just going to give me a guide to where I want to stamp the branch. Okay, so like that. Then we're going to stamp the branch next. And I'm just going to come off to the side here and stamp it right about there. Okay, then we're going to stamp a few more edges at the top and one over here at the bottom. Okay, then we're going to take the Early Espresso with the pine cone. Okay, so we're going to use the Early Espresso and we're going to sponge the edges again. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so we're going to grab the base card and we're also going to sponge that. Okay, so once again we're going to grab our white gel pen. I'm going to add some snow, the looks of snow, onto the pine cone. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, then we're going to add some dazzling diamonds. I'm going to just touch on the pine cones. Grab the dazzling diamonds. So pretty. Okay, so now we're going to grab the big shot, so let's do that. Okay, so we're going to grab our base of our layer here, and we're going to grab the square framelets, and I'm going to use the number 3 and number 4 size from the center. So first we're going to cut out the smallest one, the number 3, and you're just going to position this, just going to have to eyeball it pretty much where you want it. I don't want this to come too far down to the Christmas area because remember there's going to be another piece of the Early Espresso on top of that. So when you're placing your framelit, just keep that in mind. Okay, so we're just going to cut this out. Okay, so there's the layer. Okay, so now this is the piece of the layer that's going to layer behind this, but since nobody's going to see behind that, we're just going to go ahead and cut the next size up in the framelit. Just cut it right in the center. Nobody's going to see it. Okay, so there's our layer for the Early Espresso. Okay, so let's move the big shot. Okay, so here's our layers. We're going to go ahead and layer this piece onto the Early Espresso. Like that. And then this piece is going to go onto the Early Espresso layer. just like that. So I'm going to put this onto the Very Vanilla. Just like that. Okay, so we're going to take dimensionals, pop this up. Okay, so then you're just going to layer this right over top of the previous stamped image. It should line up just like that. Isn't that pretty? So there's that one, and then here's these. And then this is the one that I posted on my blog a few weeks ago. Same idea, just a totally different stamp set. Okay, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you later. Bye!